Morning, we have some new CNN reporting on the shifting dynamics heading into tomorrow's summit. Sources are telling CNN that President Trump has been asking White House aides and European officials what has changed in the Russian leader. President Trump has often bragged about his warm relationship with Putin, but is increasingly frustrated as they prepare to meet for the first time in 6 years. CNN's Kylie Atwood is here in the Situation Room. Walk us through what you've learned from your sources about this, Kylie.
Yeah, so preparing for this summit, we've learned a few things talking to folks. That President Trump in recent months, as his anger with President Putin was growing, he was asking Europeans and White House aides what has changed about the Russian leader since they last interacted during President Trump's first term. And one of the things that he has been told is that the COVID pandemic is partially responsible for the change. Now, during 2022, there were U.S. intelligence officials who believed that that Putin at the time during COVID had grown increasingly paranoid. He was not seeing as many people. People had to quarantine for 2 weeks before getting in to see him. And of course, there are questions about how much that period of time has actually impacted the president's mindset right now, if COVID really impacted the person that Putin is today. But Trump clearly believes that he had a good relationship with President Putin, and he doesn't so much have that now. Now, where is the current U.S. intelligence assessment going into this summit? Reporting with my colleagues Natasha Bertrand and Zachary Cohen, we have learned that there are some indications that Putin's short-term ambitions for Ukraine may have shifted. He might be more open to pocketing some of the territorial gains or getting some of the economic deals that Russia has talked about a lot. But the overarching U.S. intelligence perspective is that he still maintains maximalist demands, maximalist goals when it comes to Ukrainian territory. I want to read to you what one source told us on this topic, saying, quote, Putin thinks he is winning, so he has no reason to bend. That's according to someone who's familiar with the U.S. intelligence assessments. Now, we don't know how much President Trump is relying on these assessments going into this critical summit tomorrow, but what we do know is that he certainly believes that he will be able to personally assess if President Putin is serious about coming to a deal within the first few minutes. We'll just have to watch and see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously downplayed intelligence assessments in the past, even at one point during that notorious press conference with Putin many years ago, taking his word over the U.S. intelligence agency. So that is an interesting question there. Thank you so much, Kylie.